So good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is probably one of the last interviews of the day. It's almost 6 o'clock. We're here at the MAPIC, Italy Expo with looks like over 1,000 people, and I'm here with Jonathan Doughty, Director of Food Service for Jones Lang LaSalle. Jonathan, thank you for joining us for the show.
Pleasure to be here.
And as this is the F&B day for the fair, and you just finished a big conference, which looked like there was about 200 people in there.
Yeah.
Give me a little bit. First of all, give me a little bit about what you do, and then we'll get into what's happening in the show.
Okay. So it's quite an interesting job that I have. I get paid to eat and drink, which is really pretty good. What we do is we help people plan and deliver food service when it's not really their primary business. So if you're a landlord, if you're a developer, you need food, and you need to do it well. And to do it well, you need somebody helping you to deliver that. Not leasing it, but planning it, looking at how you space plan, how you sort out services, how you get the right people to come to the table, how you put the right mix together. You're creating this environment which people get excited about.
And what is that different from, let's say they just call the leasing agent, whoever it is, and say, yes, of course we can lease your mall.
Yeah.
And yes, we can lease the food court, or we can do the food.
It's very similar to the way retail leasing was 20 years ago. It didn't matter where you put the shop. It didn't matter what it was.
Right.
You just filled it up. Now, the success of your food has a positive or negative impact on the success of the shopping centre. So if you get it wrong, you're going to get people leaving your centre because they need to buy food somewhere else. If you get it wrong, they're going to spend a lower amount of money or get a worse experience than they would want to. So it's really about a strategic planning of the mix to deliver the best turnover from the highest level of guest satisfaction.
So you've got, in general, for a shopping center, you've got, now they're calling it tenant mix, and of course now you're really focusing on F&B mix, if you can call it.
Absolutely. It's tenant mix around, but it's around what those tenants can deliver. So how long do you want the guest to be there? What are they going to be selling? How much money is the guest going to want to spend? So if you give them international fast food, all they're going to spend is €4.5.
Right.
No matter how much you give them, that's all they can spend. You can only eat one meal. But if you give them a better quality casual dining experience, they can spend 10 to €12. Something better than that, €15, €20. At the end of the day, we all eat every 2.5 to 3 hours, and that meal is the thing that we measure, not the money.
Now here in Milano, everyone's talking about it's the mecca of fashion. It's the mecca of this, and there's these high-class brands, which of course there are. But to me, it seems like the F&B section of this event has just exploded over the last year. And you look around even at all the main shopping streets, plenty of places to eat. So how is this? I know in the malls, this has already also got to be a big issue where the F&B is growing, and the fashion with the internet and all that. How do you see that?
Well, certainly the proportion of food service space has gone up, but that's a really crude way of looking at what's going on in the world at the moment, because it's not just about square meters and square feet, it's also about the quality, the variety, the style, the creation of places that people want to enjoy. You go to a pavement cafe in Milano because you're surrounded by beautiful girls and beautiful boys, and you're in the sunshine, and you're wearing your sunglasses, and you're drinking a coffee or a glass of Prosecco. And to copy that in a shopping mall takes an awful lot of skill and experience. You can't just plonk down a bar and expect it to work. So we're taking little bits of the social fabric of cities and towns, and we're putting them into shopping spaces. And so it's not just about saying it's Milan, therefore it's good enough. It's also about understanding why it is what it is, and bringing those elements in and then delivering them within a retail space that people feel is authentic and it's real. Because in the old world, people would say, I'll go to a shopping centre and eat and drink, but if I want something good, I have to go to my town, my city, my town square.
Right, so this is helping drive some of that business. Now, we're here at MAPIC, Italy, and I think there's about 800-900 people here. And today was the F&B day, as I mentioned earlier. What is your thoughts on this event?
I'm really excited, that we were allowed to be the partner of MAPIC, both here in Italy and also in Cannes, and across the Unplugged events that we've organised around the world. I'm excited by that because what it's doing is it's recognising the importance that F&B has to play. And I feel great about that as well because I started as a chef 40 years ago nearly, and it was the worst paid, worst respected job in the world. You couldn't get a more demeaning positioning. Now we're regarded as being really important to the success of retail places. Chefs are paid huge amounts of money around the world, and food service has finally come of age.
Right.
So to see it integral part of MAPIC is an endorsement of that. It's a gold star on the property industry, recognising what it has to do.
Yeah, because 25 years ago there were no chefs. You were just a cook, and lucky they didn't yell at you. And now everyone's a chef and it's the highest paid position in a lot of these restaurants.
And it's important because it's also demonstrating the general public's response, which is they love food. They've fallen back in love with food. It's one of the themes of what we were presenting today at the panel session. The world has fallen in love in food again. Finally. It went through a horrible phase of mass production and international fast food, and it started to crave and really respect provenance and quality. And Milano is, without doubt, the Italian heartbeat of provenance and quality when it comes to food.
Right, it's just great here. And I know even at the fair, which sometimes you're at these fairs and it's a desert of nothing to eat. You've been to many of them, so have I. You can't even get a glass of water here, and you just had an ice cream chocolate pistachio or something, right? So loads of great food here.
Yeah, and I think fashion, fun, romance. There's a lot of romance around food, and we in shopping centre world have gone very functional. We have to deliver that number of seats in a food court. We have to feed that number of people an hour. We forget about the romance of food, and it's coming back. And what a fantastic place to celebrate that, and what a fantastic place to meet clients who also want to celebrate that.
Yeah. And you definitely see it in Milan. For sure, the Italians haven't forgot about it, I don't think. They seem to be doing great. Well, good. I appreciate your time. I know you're busy and got other things to run off to, so Jonathan, thank you very much for your time, and we'll see you at the next big retail event.
Can't wait.